kind of like the Gandalf, Dumbledore, Merlin of the Ascended Masters. Their pineal gland came out of their head and they could see like whales or like a radar vision of the land and all the people in it. Do not be afraid of being this powerful. So this is the card of a miraculous encounter. What's up everyone, it's your boy Kyle Gray. Welcome back to my channel. If we've never been formally introduced to each other, my life's work is to help as many people get spiritually connected as humanly possible. And I do that through a number of different mediums, including books and oracle decks. And I've recently created the Divine Masters Oracle, along with artwork by Jennifer Hawkyard. And today I'm going to do a full deck reveal. So I'm going to take you through every single card that is inside this oracle so that you can have a deeper look. A few things just to mention. I've got a little zipper bag here which I keep my cards in, which was created by the artist. And I've got this little wooden stand that I use to put my card of the day up in. And it's wrapped in this little scarf that was created based on the back of the oracle. So let's have a look. This is in no particular order because this is my first copy of the deck. The Divine Masters Oracle is a 44 card and guidebook oracle. The Divine Masters is a gathering of sages, saints, and angels who have been offering the world wisdom, emotional intelligence, and spiritual guidance for millennia. This 44 card deck works as a bridge between the realms, allowing you to connect with the Divine Masters so that you can harness the infinite power of heaven and live a spiritually aligned life. The artist Jennifer Hawkyard is a multidisciplinary illustrator known for her colorful and high textural images. So just showing you the deck inside out, it comes in a box like this. And the inside it says, "The Divine Master within, the voice of my inner teacher, I call on you now. Awaken and activate. I am willing to remember you." And so it is. And then the far side is, "Divine Masters, keepers of ancient wisdom, I call on you now. Thank you for revealing to me what I need to know. I am willing to listen." And so it is. I also wrote this pretty chunky guidebook. You can see how well used it is. I've been reading my own interpretations. It was 151 pages of information in the little guidebook. Let's have a look at the Masters. So the first one is Kuan Yin, Enlightened Action, the Atlanteans. I wanted to include the Lemurians and the Atlanteans in this oracle because I've always been fascinated by them. I believe the intelligence of those civilizations is available to us. Green Tara, Healing Light. Guru Ramdas. It's the first time I've been able to include a Sikh Guru in the oracles that I've created. Shiva, Om Namah Shivaya. Karma Release, Melchizedek, kind of like the Gandalf, Dumbledore, Merlin of the Ascended Masters. His card is all about divine knowledge. Horus, Manifestation Vortex. Mayat, Divine Intervention. Brigid, the Celtic goddess of wells and of fire. Sanat Kumara, Open Channel, the leader of the Venetians. The Divine Director, trust the process. Half angel, half star being, think of that. Sopdet, which is the Egyptian goddess of the star systems. Cosmic Power. When I was making this card, I was like, hey, think Storm in X-Men and channel that into an Egyptian goddess, and that's what we've got. I also did a couple of twin flame cards. So I put Archangel Michael and Faith in the same card. Instead of having a card each, I brought them together. So we've got Michael and Faith, Spiritual Calling, Breakthrough Moment. Saint Germain, Violet Flame. Commander Ashtar, leadership activation, the leader of the Ashtar command, this kind of star being. Kuthumi, one of the original ascended masters from the theosophical teachings. He always comes to us when we're going through an experience of initiation. So the card is about initiatory experiences. Love this card. Isis, reclaiming magic, the Egyptian goddess of magic herself. Kalima Jai. Kalima being Kala means darkness. Ma is creation or mother or moon. So, this divine mother of darkness. And this card is divine severance. And it's all about cutting cords and removing drama from our life. We've got Mary Magdalene, featuring the red egg of that famous story when she had the audience. And she said, Christ is risen. And she used an egg to roll to show that the tomb had been opened of Christ. And then someone picked up the egg and it turned red. That's the old story. That's why the Orthodox Church paint red eggs at Easter time. So Mary Magdalene, sacred vessel. Her higher self is also in the deck, which is Lady Nada, expanded heart. Saint Hilarion, divine emergence. If you've ever heard of Hilarion, he was this priest who lived as a hermit because he was so overwhelmed by the intensity of the world. And so he helps us emerge from our own hermetic ways into the world. Dwal Kul, also known as the Tibetan in the original theosophical teachings, he's all about helping us walk our path in truth. And essentially, he was one of the original followers of the Buddha. That's what his energy is all about. Following a mission. Here's the Lemurians, which is the feature card of the Oracle. And it's all about clairvoyance activated. This is based on a lucid dream that I had where I was reading a book about Lemuria by this woman called Shirley Andrews. And I remember falling asleep with a book open on my chest. And then I had this dream of this person running through the forest. And they had this indentation in their third eye. And their pineal gland came out of their head. And they could see like whales or like a radar vision of the land and all the people in it. And I got Jez Hawk to draw the person. They were kind of like an avatar but with a baldy head and blue skin. So that's the Lemurians. Paul the Venetian, which is all about creativity and your gifts. We've always wanted to put an Islamic card in the Oracle, but putting in saints from Islam isn't always recommended, and I wanted to honor it, so I decided to use and work with the energy of Rumi, the Sufi poet, to kind of honor that culture. So Rumi is kind of our mystic from the East that we put in this oracle, and his card's all about mystical knowing. We've got Sita and Rama, Holy Union. When I learned the story of Rama and Sita, or Sita and Rama, I was in high school. So really fascinating story and really strongly connected to service and devotion and union and coming together as one. And very connected to Hanuman, who's also in this oracle. Buddha, heightened awareness. Again, really important for us to try and be culturally aligned when we're creating this oracle. Some of the things that we've done is, darken the skin tone of the South Asian people, because in a lot of these religious depictions, they've been given blue skin. And the reason for that, through my research I've found, is the blue skin has been given because a lot of people in those cultures didn't like to be dark skinned and they wanted their skin to be lightened. And I really wanted to honor the dark skin and how beautiful it is. So we made Buddha a little bit darker and allowing that to be a bit more culturally aligned. The same with Christ. You know, in the West, we're guilty of making Jesus white, and he wasn't. So that was something that I really wanted to tune into when I was creating this. I love this card, Acts of Service. Hathor, the cow goddess of Egypt, and she's all about bringing light activation, and she holds the sun in her horns. El Moria, again, another one that the artwork was kind of interesting around. El Moria. It was just a secret kind of spiritual code name for a master who was most likely Sikh. And some of the older artwork out there with this master has his hair out, whereas covering the hair with, you know, the turban, and one of the 5 Ks, which is known as Kesh, to hide the hair, is a really important part of, or to respect and honor the hair and to keep it concealed as part of that tradition. So I made sure that his hair was fully covered by his turban, and he's a protective energy. So it's about spiritual force fields. Gaia, Mother Earth. I love this card. If you look at Gaia's hair, it's actually the tops of trees. So this is all about Mother Earth. Resilient spirit, because the Earth is the most resilient spirit I've ever known. Lady Portia, overcoming limitations, also an incarnation of the goddess Justice. Ishtar, and inner learnings, and, you know, one of the most ancient Babylonian goddesses. Really wanted to honor that. Thoth, the Egyptian god who supposedly created scribing and writing and the hieroglyphics. Serapis Bey, who was this Greek guy in Alexandria. So we've kind of got the Greek-skinned guy in the Egyptian clothing. That was part of the legend around Serapis Bey, was he was a Greek in Alexandria and he wore Egyptian clothing. I wanted to do a card for the blue beings, which are like the light beings that appear to us as blue sparks and lights. So that's the light transmission card. These kind of alien-like beings. We've got Lady Venus, light activation, the divine counterpart to Sanat Kumara, and I wanted the cards to be a pair. Really cool. We've put Lakshmi and Ganesh in one card for prosperity vibration. And I wanted to honor Diwali in that festival of light that's honored every single year when I was creating the Lakshmi and Ganesh card. This one has also been on my prosperity corner for over a year. So I love this card. Lakshmi, this bringer of hope, light, and Ganesh, the remover of obstacles. So when this card comes in, it's, you know, prosperity in all forms. We put Mahavatar Babaji, which was the creator of Kriya Yoga, which then influenced Kundalini Yoga, which I teach, and also the divine teacher and spiritual guide to Paramahansa Yogananda, the writer and creator of the book Autobiography of a Yogi. So that was his spiritual teacher. Again, darkened the skin tone, because a lot of the images of Mahavatar Babaji are light in skin, when really he was, you know, South Asian. We've got Vajra Yogini, transcending fear. One of the more powerful, wrathful dakinis of the Buddhist teachings. And she's, you know, this powerful Kali-like force to help us face our greatest fears. We've got another pairing, Metatron and Sandalphon, who are these twin archangels that come in through our head and feet, helping us have and bridge the connection between heaven and earth. So they're all about sacred connection. We've got Hanuman, the devoted warrior. Let God's love hold you in strength. Love the story of Hanuman where he was at the feet of Sita and Rama and ripped open his chest to reveal an image of their faces in his heart as a symbol of his devotion. So he's one of the most devoted of all deities. We've got Joan of Arc, the sacred activist, do not be afraid. And also Mother Mary, who's also the message, do not be afraid of being powerful. That's one of the energies that she brings. Because when Mother Mary saw the vision of Archangel Gabriel, who announced the coming of Jesus, Gabriel first said to Mary, do not be afraid. And it wasn't, do not be afraid of seeing me because I'm an angel. It was, do not be afraid of being this powerful. So this is the card of a miraculous encounter. So this is the Divine Master's Oracle. The back of the card is the artwork of Melchizedek. So if you look at Melchizedek, you'll see this little six-pointed star, the hexagram or Star of David behind him. And in this kind of like portal format, we've just taken that from behind him, put it on the back of the deck and like sunburst it with light. This is the forefather of all the Abrahamic traditions, you know, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. So really fascinating being, and kind of like the Gandalf Dumbledore of the Ascended Masters. So I'm glad to have his energy on the back of the cards. So this has been a little guide of it, and let's just pick a card for guidance today. So what do we need to know, Divine Masters? What do we need to know? We are willing to listen. A single card for us all. Gaia. Earth connection, stay rooted in trust and faith. Let's read the book meaning to you. Your message. Just like the earth herself, you are resilient. No matter what has come your way or challenged your peace, you have found a way to continue on and survive. Today you are being encouraged to dig deep into yourself and find more resilience. If you have felt your patience being tested or felt overwhelmed, know it's okay to feel this way, but also work hard on connecting with the parts of yourself that will help you move beyond what is making you feel unsettled. Like a tree letting go of her leaves before the harshness of winter, sometimes we have to surrender what is weighing us down in order to come through a challenge. The spirit of Gaia is with you today, ensuring you are not weighed down but firmly rooted, so that you can continue to grow tall. You have what it takes to survive. I'm so glad that I had the opportunity to share with you the Divine Master's Oracle today. It's available worldwide on November 7th, 2023. I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.